friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing one of my all-time favorite things to do, and that is get rid of shit. Mostly because one of my other favorite things to do is to buy shit. So balance is important, guys. So today I am just going to run you through all of the books I've either already gotten rid of or the books that I'm going to be getting rid of. So if you're ready to learn about some books that I either didn't like enough to keep or books that I'm not interested in enough to keep, let's go. Alrighty, so we're going to start off with the books that I have already gotten rid of. First up is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I really liked this book. I really enjoyed it. I know I'm never going to read it again. I don't reread romance, like ever. So I'm not going to keep a romance like that on my shelf. So I passed it on to my friend Sydney. I am not sure if she's read it yet or not, but really liked it, thought it was really cute, but it's just not something I'm ever going to reread. Going along with that, I got rid of This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins. I liked this just fine. I actually really liked it. It surprised me in a lot of ways. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. Yet again, I need to stop purchasing romance and get them exclusively from the library or on audio because I don't keep them, ever. Even when I really like them, they don't stay. So, learning my lesson. And then the last one I don't have with me is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I wanted to love this really badly. It had such good reviews, and unfortunately, it just did not do it for me, and I'm never going to pick it up again, so I got rid of it. Now, we can talk about all the other books that I'm getting rid of. Okay, first up we have Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I love the Illuminae files with my whole heart. However, this was not the same. This did not give me the same feelings that I got out of that. This was not mixed media. This was a traditionally written novel, and I just didn't love it. I have definitely grown away from YA. You're gonna see that in this. And this was one I had high expectations for, and unfortunately fell very flat. The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I don't think this is super surprising. If you saw my wrap up a few videos ago, this was just okay for me. Like I said, YA is just very meh for me these days. It takes a very strong YA for me to love it, and this was just not that for me. I appreciate what it did, just not my thing. Same goes for Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. I knew I was gonna end up getting rid of this the second that I read it. I actually didn't physically even read this. I listened to it on audio, and yeah, it was just okay. I am gonna force myself probably to continue with the series because that's the kind of person I am, but I don't need to hold on to this. One that I actually really, really liked, but I just know I'm not gonna reread, and I didn't even read it physically to begin with, To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This was adorable. So cute. Loved it so much. But I didn't read it physically to begin with, and I'm not gonna ever read it physically, so it's just taking up space. More YA. This is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Yeah, I talked about this in my wrap-up. Just okay for me. Wasn't anything super special. Did not pull on my heartstrings the way I expected it to. Just didn't quite do it for me, so I'm going to pass it on and give it to someone who will get a lot more of it out of it than I did. The Upside of Unrequited, which is arguably my least favorite of all these. No, I think I've rated this the lowest out of all of these, but some of these have 3 stars when they don't deserve them, I'll be honest. This was just fine. It was just a fine one, and I think the reason I'm so disappointed in it is that I really expected to relate to this in a real way. And I just didn't. It didn't hit where I wanted it to hit. So I'm gonna pass it on. It's a very nice copy because I listened to it on audiobook, so this has never been read. Beautiful copy, but. And last up, Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric LaRocca. I talked about this. This felt like trauma porn to me, and I don't know. Just didn't quite do it for me, mostly because it was written by a dude and it's about lesbians, and I just I don't know. I wish it did more because it was disturbing and weird, and usually I like disturbing and weird, but this didn't love, so passing this on. And now we're gonna get into the pile of books that I did not read. I think I talked about all of these in my Try a Chapter. First up, we have Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. I just don't think I'm ever gonna get to this, and I know I said in that video, I was like, oh, I can always check it out from the library. I'm not gonna do that. I know myself, I am never gonna pick up this book because I'm just not interested in it, and I'd have to be super interested to get through a book that big. So it just needs to go to a home where it will be appreciated. This I will read eventually. This is City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. I just happen to know that I should just check this out from the library, and I shouldn't have grabbed this book off of the withdrawn shelf because it's going to take me forever, and I actually have a higher chance of reading it if I just check it out from the library. So I am going to pass this on. Her One Mistake by Heidi Perks. This was an impulse buy at Books A Million one day, and I should not impulse buy thrillers because I don't pick up thrillers that I haven't heard great things about or haven't heard about at all. So I'd never heard anything about this book, and I grabbed it. I'm good. Another one I am way more likely to read if I get it from the library, Dominicana by Angie Cruz. I am interested in reading this. I just know deep down in my soul that if I keep this on my shelf, it's going to be one of those books that just sits and sits and sits and sits because it isn't what I normally read, and I have a higher likelihood of reading it if I check it out from the library. I do better with deadlines. So I'm going to pass this on to someone else. Another impulse buy. Should stop doing that. This is Evie Drake Starts Over by Linda Holmes. It's a romance, basically, and I don't like to own romance because it's just taking up space on my shelves, mostly, and I will almost definitely read this. I have a higher likelihood of reading this if I check it out from the library, whereas it just sitting here, I'm always going to pick out something over top of it. So it can go. And last up is a book I haven't even hauled yet. I don't even think I'm going to put it in my haul video because it's not worth it. This is Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. I didn't know this was a sequel. I literally just saw the name and was like, yeah, sure. And then I read it, and it's the sequel to Beartown, which I do really want to read, but why do I own the sequel when I don't own the first one? I hate doing that. I'm just gonna pass this on right now because I know myself. I will read Beartown, and then I will want to read this, and I will get around to it eventually, but I'll have to check it out from the library because I just have no desire to own this when I do not own and have not read the first one. Alrighty, so those are all of the books that I have unhauled recently. I'm really trying to get rid of more books, but it is so hard because last year I bought so many books just for like serotonin and like happiness, and now I'm like, oh, I want to read all of you, but there's just so many of you. So this is like a very small dent, but I did it, and now I can have a little bit more space. Not much more space. This really didn't make much of a dent, but I'm working on it. Hopefully by the end of the year I can have at least one more unhaul for you guys because I really just want to own less shit. Really. Says the girl with over 200 unread books. Oh well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe, all the normal stuff, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye.